squeaked in the 10 o'clock hour with 4 minutes to spare. My friend just texted me. He was trying to get in one of our friends' chat rooms last night. And, we're all being, first I got to teach you Pig Latin. I know some of you girls know Pig Latin. So here's how Pig Latin works, okay? It's like this. Take the word pig, okay? It's all you do is you take the first letter of the word. Sorry about that. You take the first letter of the word and you put it at the end of the word, and then you add AY. So pig becomes ig-pay. You got it? Now you know Pig Latin. We have to talk in Pig Latin because I lost my channel yesterday, which I told you I knew I would. Worth it, because I shared a great video, and also got knocked down, and all of a sudden I've got like 5 times more people subscribing to me because my friend Mike, the Liberty Warrior, did a special video just for me, and I feel so special. And so I was on here last night with my friend Justin, and we were talking, and I'm used to talking with a nice small chat, which I love, but who doesn't love a whole bunch of people flooding your chat all at once? So that was awesome. Thank you very much for coming in. Hey, Dave. So yeah, even some dudes know Pig Latin for sure. So yeah, so the thing is, we have to talk in some of those things because I know for sure the one word I want to say is called addo-banning shay or haddo-banding say. You get it? So that's a really very real thing that's happening with a lot of us, because a lot of us have tried to get on Travis's show. And hi, Two Feathers, good morning. And we cannot get on his show. Okay, so, and then comments are being written in the chats. We're chatting to each other. Hey, don't you see me? No, we're not seeing stuff. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Is your middle name is that really your middle name? Crystal Corona Hernandez. I eat Coronas for lunch. No, just kidding. I do have some really good things to share, you guys. I'm in Humboldt County, so I'm really focused on our Humboldt County legislation here and our stuff that's going on here. I'm a small business owner. I know a lot of you don't know me at all, so I was just going to share a couple things really quick before I did the stream thing, but I'm going to refresh that anyways. Just remember, a lot of us are technically challenged, and I am one of them. However, I will say this. Mike let you guys know I am the webmaster for him for now. There's quite a few of us that do work with his website and outside of it to keep him flowing. That was actually her last name when she was married. That's great. Okay, well, I don't mean to make fun. I just, some people just, you never know if that's real or not. So I had to ask. That's cool. Anyway, so let me start at my notes here. Thank you to you guys who are coming over and saying, hey. Oh, there's Robert. Hey, buddy. Brilliant. Pig Latin defeating the algorithm. Too brilliant. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you. Pig Latin's an easy one. But yeah, we got to do what we got to do, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. I hope so. I'm from Chicago, and I left there when I was 18 to move to Humboldt County. And it's like living 2 different lives. So the south side of Chicago, I grew up in Archer and Pulaski. Well, I grew up on 47th and Hamlin, which is half an hour or, a couple blocks. And those are two big intersections. So that's where people can check and see, is she really south side? I guess my husband says we were southwest side. We grew up in a Polish neighborhood. One of my best friends was straight off the boat from Poland, man. She was 9 years old. And she had to go to Saturday school. So anyway, what I wanted to tell the new people from Mike's show, the subscribers, if you haven't seen me before, and he told you, hey, buddy, hope you're coming over soon. My friend, that's Justin. That's whose YouTube we're using. He let me use his YouTube channel because we are both freedom fighters in Humboldt County. And we're just doing what we can and what we know how to do. And so I really appreciate that, Justin. And I really loved hanging out with you and getting to spend more time with you. Justin and I are working on our websites and plans. And tomorrow I want to go. I got to go, Robert. I know I got to go to the courthouse, but my husband let everyone know while I was streaming live the other day that he's having a colonoscopy. So this is what's up when you get in your 50s, you know, but I'm not a boomer. I've been called a boomer before, but that's okay. I love boomers. So anyway, it's early in the morning and he'll be coming back. I'll take care of him, mommy him up, and then I'll slip out for a couple hours and go to the courthouse. And because Robert's coming from Crescent City, there's no way I want to miss that. So I'm going to put that comment up there because that'll let people know if they missed it. We're doing a little Pig Latin today. So let me start here. So I do chats and streams and information for Humboldt County, like I said, but not just chats for Humboldt County, but most of my information is about my county. And also some, you know, nation news for America, which I love, and also global news. I pay attention to that also. I'm a Christian, so I've been pretty globally minded for a long time, paying attention to the persecution around the world, paying attention to the movers and shakers around the world, and supporting those who we feel are doing good things for children. Those are hard to find, but one of them we used to support, they both have grown up now. And I think we still have one gal, Rahima, yeah, we do, is Compassion International. That's a really great program I trust. I've heard 80% of their money goes to their programs. So that's a pretty good percentage. If you're donating to a what's it called? Charity, you know, then, hey, Mike, how are you, buddy? Thank you so much for doing that last night. I was a little overwhelmed and I watched your thing after we got off and I was just so thankful. And I was like, wow, he said my name like about 12 times. He's so proud he could say my name right. Hi, Shep. How are you, girl? I was going to tell people about your site, Shepherd of the Forest on YouTube. If you guys want to learn some history and hear a very calm and soothing voice and learn about the history of Rockefeller rays and Illuminati EAs, go over to Shepherd of the Forest. I'll show you her. I'll try to pull that up first. But I got some interesting stuff, you guys. I was learning some stuff this morning and I was reading it to my husband because Justin told me something that people are doing is they are taking 2 or 3 drops of turpentine and putting it on a sugar cube. Okay. And you know, I'm no doctor. You know, I'm not going to play one on TV, but I want to share something with you that I did learn about turpentine. And you can guess why people are doing it. I'm not going to even say why they're doing it, but let me read this to you. Okay. This is off of a website called RX List. You can go to Wikipedia, you can go to other sites and just do your own research, right? Because it should all line up. If it's the truth, then it's not just one person telling you a bunch of nonsense. You can go research yourself as well to confirm. So here's something about turpentine oil. I'm just going to read it really quick, but you can see it. Take a picture of it. Just go to this website. Turpentine oil is made from the resin of certain pine trees. It is used as medicine, period. Don't confuse turpentine oil with gum turpentine, which is the resin. Turpentine oil is applied to the skin for joint pain, muscle pain, nerve pain, and toothaches. People sometimes breathe in the vapors of turpentine oil to reduce the chest congestion that goes along with some lung diseases. I've read they put it in Vicks Vapor Rub. In foods and beverages, distilled turpentine oil is used as a flavoring. We've probably drank it and didn't even know it. In manufacturing, turpentine oil is used in soap and cosmetics and also as a paint solvent. So, you know, you can figure it out. I'm not going to really say anything else about it, but people be putting a couple drops of it on their sugar cubes. And also someone said that some of the old timers also do about 1/8 of a teaspoon of borax. You know, a lot of these things were real. They are real remedies. They are real natural medicines and natural products. And it's like we're kind of going back to those things, a little bit, right? Excuse me. I want to share my website with you really quick while I know I'm sharing the screen. Try hooking up with the Angel Warrior Network. These ladies and Dr. Surge are big into health and telling God. They are looking to pool resources with other channels. Right on. If you could drop a link, I would definitely try hooking up with them. I can hook up with them. I don't have to try. I'll do it. Okay, so let's see. This is the red, white, and blueprint, and some of you are familiar with this and some of you aren't. But I have a couple things lined up. First, I want to share with you just really quick. I'm not going to play any videos, like whole videos. I have a couple minute things that I do want to share, though. But this is my website here, hilltopworkshops.com. And if you go to buried news videos right here, I know a lot of you are familiar with the movies Out of the Shadows, Fall the Cabal, Agenda 21. And some of the trafficking things and some of this 12-minute reel right here, it's not a vacation, it's a lethal injection. I recommend watching that one. It's pretty sad. But, if you want to find information that's not answered, say, then you have to find your sources, right? So some of these things have been taken down already, but I had on here the WHO tries to bribe Madagascar $20 million to add toxins, and then sadly he was killed later. So I don't know, that one's probably still there, but there's a lot of information here. There's a 4-minute video that shows B. Gates talking about the mRNA and how, it's fun. It's called the Fun V. And what they were aiming to do was take that fanatical gene out of those religious people. It's crazy. You wouldn't even believe it. So there's a ton of videos here, you guys. If you want to see videos, some of these, are like I said, I haven't looked through this one for a while. I've been working on some other websites, but I know a lot of them were still here last time I checked. So this is an interesting one. Mom says her son's insulin prices under the last president was $50, now $500 under Biden, just stuff like that. Here's all those videos I just told you about. And that Capitol raid one's been pulled. That was a 21-minute video with Babbitt and John Singleton, I think his name was, that one infiltrator person, and it was pretty filmed. A lot of interesting ones here. So then you see this unseat button. When you go below that, it's all this trafficking stuff and adrenochrome and tunnels. And, I know there's a lot of things that people want to say isn't legit and real, but I say, if you don't think the tunnels are real, go to that underground Australia one. It's actually not just Australia. It's the whole world. It shows aerial shots of, let me just click on it. Why am I sitting here trying to describe it when it's right here? So the top video is not there, but this thing goes down and down and down and down for long. And it also shows occult symbolism. It shows capitals, what they do with the capital, even DC's capital. So Canberra, a completely purpose-built city to house the nation's capitals and administration, and was to be an NWO headquarters. Okay, so that's Australia. Well, they seem to be on track for all of that, don't they? Occult symbolism, that's what I'm calling the COVID cult stuff. It's totally a lot of these practices that they're pushing are satanic occult rituals, and I will not comply. There's your Parliament House on Capitol Hill. You ever see an aerial shot of Washington, D.C.? I know a lot of you have. That's where Shepherd of the Forest is very handy too, because I know in her readings, I would be willing to bet it's going to show a lot of these things. So this just goes on and on, you guys. It's tons and tons of all aerial world shots of the buildings and the symbolism, and it all lines up with their. Says here, Canberra is a dumb. What is the capstone? What is the capstone pointing to? What is our national monument pointing to? There's some inside shots. Mike had a show. I don't remember Mike Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat because I'm showing this video, but if Mike is still here, if you guys remember, he had a video of a truck driver going in them. I've watched a video of an engineer on BitChute talking about designing these back in the 70s. The video was gone the next day off BitChute. That's pretty rare. Those things are usually around, but he was an engineer and he was explaining all that. So that's enough of that. You can go. I'm like a third way through, and it's probably still loading to show you all those dumps. So, I don't doubt it. I've lived in Eureka and heard about tunnels for a long time, and whatever. People can believe what they want, and that's the beauty of being an American, isn't it? But I like facts and evidence and proof, and I would prefer to lean on the side of those things. So here's another one that I'm just going to, I can't play a lot of this because it'll totally get me banned, but just the very beginning, I saw this guy. You guys probably seen a video of him in Facebook Messenger. I'll bet you recognize this cat, but this is the Kentucky ruling for the courts. And just so you can hear what this is.
We have a major ruling out of Kentucky against Governor Brashear. Now, the strange thing about this court ruling, and I'm fixing to show it to you on the screen, we have a court ruling from a circuit court judge that went through an entire lawsuit, and I believe the lawsuit was brought by On Fire Christian Center. I'm going to let you read it yourself. I have linked the court documents in the description box. If you want to click on that link, and you can read along with.
Okay, so I'm not going to let it ruin this new channel that someone just let me use, but I will tell you this. I will link that. Let me see if I can grab it right now. Where'd he go? He had it right there, right? So here's the link to the court ruling. I'm going to drop it for you guys right now. This is out of Kentucky. This is not only about the face diapers, it's also about distancing and how that's unconstitutional. So this is how you got to do it. They take you down, do another channel, share it anyway. There it is right there, you guys. That's Kentucky ruling court order. It's all going to come down. It's all going to crumble, but we're going to suffer through this. Oh, this guy too. So I wanted to tell you, so for California, I'll bring it back to my state. Make sure I am sharing good. Whew. Here is our, I want to be so respectful. I have so many other words I want to use, but you guys should know this is going on. I have not watched this. Let me watch many of these, but they have these all the time. And it's a recall, Gavin 2020. Oh, this is 2020. Never mind. Dang it. But they're doing Zooms. Yeah, well, they put the date wrong. This is 2021. They're doing nightly Zooms. They need to fix their date. Oh, he's whatever.
I'm a future ex-governor.
He's a future ex-governor. Anyway, so maybe whatever, but you can get in on this call. Watch what they're doing with Newsom. So if you're in California, you'll probably like that. Their channels, Recall Gavin 2020. Oh, duh. That's where the 2020 come in. Okay. This guy that I shared with you, if you wanted his link, he's called First Christian Ministries or something. Where'd he go? I don't know if any of you want his channel, but I'm going to drop it for you anyway. So if you want to hear the whole thing, because he does a great breakdown of it, I just don't want to play it and get it in there. Let's see. Satanic rituals require wearing diapers and standing 6 feet apart. Right. Oh, not only that, it's isolation with rewards, right? So that's your, how much were you rewarded if you stayed home last year? How much are people rewarded for following these things, right? They're rewarded by getting their life back because now it's all coercion to do it. I mean, our poor 12-year-olds here in the sports, that's Professor Toto. Okay, is that who he is, Kay? I don't know. I saw him on Messenger on Facebook talking about the, it was election, I don't know how to say it. With a vowel, it's harder because you got to say A, right? So it was mostly about the VP and his power. He had a little video. That's that. So I shared with you the turpentine oil. There are two different kinds, you guys, so you need to read about that. One of them is a gum resin. So, don't just go buying. Yeah, he's a preacher. Oh, for sure. He, in the middle of it, he goes, I told you so. It was like between a yodel and gonna speak in tongues. So I said, okay, that was a little weird, but he was happy. He was happy, and I don't blame him, because when you get to have a little justice, it's real nice, isn't it? It's real nice. So there's that court order. You guys I put the link in there. It's Kentucky. They're unconstitutional. So I was happy with that. First thing. So now I'm going to play a clip for you real quick. I have two little clips from this one. This is the latest. So if you don't know, Shasta County is our closest county next to Humboldt. And they've been taking on the corruption that's been going on with their planning commission, their board of supervisors. A sheriff was just put in, unelected. A lot of BS. So they're exposing it. They're making a 10-part documentary. They're on episode 5. And you can get in with them and be a VIP member. It's like $250. And you can also get in on Zoom calls with them. So I'm a member with them. I've got to be on a Zoom call with this man, Carlos Zapata. And they're also invited us to join. They have a Health and Freedom Network group going over there. We're going to Zoom with them for the school situation. So we're very involved with these guys, and they're paving the way. So I want to play this for you, and I'll try to look at the chat while this is playing, okay? And also somebody, I don't want to move that. Somebody needs to teach me how to give wrenches, I guess. But I thought I might get some trolls in here, but maybe not. So here's Carlos Zapata. He spoke. He got real famous. I know Mike knows him. He'd love to get him on his show. We would love to have you, Carlos Zapata, on the Liberty Warrior Nation. He's a small business owner. He is a father, and he is an activist in Shasta County, and he is blazing the trail for us.
Let's talk about where you're at.
Sure. You never set out to do something as monumental, as big as what we're doing here, and expect there not to be some serious pushback. Naturally, when you begin this kind of a journey, there's people that support you, there's people that love you, there's people that want the best for you, and they want to be a part of it. Once you start to hit some roadblocks, once you start to hit some of the obstacles laid out by the opposition, some people fall off. What we've done is we've identified a problem, and we've brainstormed solutions to that problem, and then we've chosen a course of action to address that problem. But right now, there's so much fighting right now. There's so much division, and people will say, well, you've caused that division, Carlos. You guys at Red One Blueprint have been the culprits of this fracture that we're seeing in our community. And I say, no, listen, if exposing the problem has divided people, then we need to address that problem together. We certainly want to move this in a direction that's positive, a direction where the community can get together to make Shasta County, make the northern counties here in California a better place to live. And I have a lot of hope. I think we can get there,
So this is some media stuff happened here, slander happened here, but his alleged assault, they got some video of
As a father and a husband, how has that been emotionally on you to be leading a fight and then see kind of the family get drug into it?
Listen, if I have any source of pride in the world, it really is my family. That is just amazing. And then that's credit to my wife, to my kids' mom. We've always just shown our kids that you can have your differences, but you better always have each other's back when it comes down to it.
It was about probably close to 8:30, getting close to closing time. It wasn't a very busy night, so we were closing early. I did, as I always do, poke my head around front, take a quick look, say hi to the regulars, whatnot. At that time, I see Nathan down at the end of the bar with Tom, who's our bartender, and it looked pretty heated conversation. And so that's when I walked down and said, hey, we don't need this. Take it outside, go outside. And Nathan just kept going and picking and egging it. And so finally, Carlos was like, what do you want? And when he did that, his hand hit the glass. It set Nathan off. By that time, I'm trying to get back to work. So I'm walking back down to the end of the bar to turn the corner to go back into the kitchen. And by that time, Nathan's passing me up, all heated, saying, I'm going to shoot this mother. I'm like, what? The next thing I know, he's going out the back door to go chase down Carlos. So I go out the door and look around the corner. He's already up at the front of the building, out in the street, yelling, screaming, yelling. I'm just like, went about my business, took some stuff to the walk-in, came back out. There had been some kind of a scuffle at the back door. Nathan got punched by Christopher. He's just ranting and raving back in the kitchen. And then the next thing I know, I look down, he's got a cocked and loaded gun in his hand. I'm like, what the hell? Where the hell did that come from? We got him, between me and Tommy, we got him kind of corralled in the back area. And I just basically grabbed the gun and said, give me that gun. You're in no position right now. Got up. Tommy was with him. I went into the dish room and hid it in the dish room so he couldn't find it. Honestly, if I didn't grab the gun, he would have gone, but he was on his way outside.
All right, so this is almost over. This is him getting released, or not released, but not guilty. I guess
if anybody wants to stand behind us, that'd be great.
he's getting a jury trial. Yeah, looks like. So you guys can watch this whole thing. It's 45 minutes long, but there's another part I saved because Humboldt gets a mention here, and I want to share this with you. I thought I saved it right. So, yes. So they're getting, in these documentaries, they are releasing phone calls that they're getting, and people's voices are muffled. These are it says the following information was brought to you by the red, white, and blue team by multiple current and ex-Shasta County employees. The sound has been modified to keep the identities concealed. This is what's going on in my area. So, this is what I usually stream about, but when this is all over with, I'll drop that link in there and see if people want to chat and talk at all. But I'm almost done. This is the last video I wanted to share with you guys. This is my home.
Okay, so I'm gonna play you this. I just want to get your thoughts.
I'm telling you, all roads lead back to Modi. If you want to fix the county, you have to replace Modi. He believes he is unstoppable.
It's hard to hear,
Just so
but
you know,
it's
he's
not a lot
going
of
to
it.
include judgment and the recall. People love Joe. Mary needs to go too, but the problem started and will end with Modi. Go back a few years and watch the votes. The majority of the supervisors vote on county decisions with Modi. Take Sheriff Basenko, for instance. He was sheriff of Shasta County from 2006 to 2019. Leonard Modi was the chief of police for Redding. Basenko was the sheriff. Basenko couldn't be bought off and wasn't going to be controlled or manipulated. Modi didn't like that. When Modi became District 2 supervisor of Shasta County, he made sure Basenko never received a pay raise. The problem is, elected officials like the sheriff all receive raises together. Otherwise, it seems some elected positions are favored over others. So this kept all the elected officials from receiving a raise for over 6 years. That's why Brian Muir, the county auditor, quit.
2 more minutes of this one.
When Brian Muir resigned, his assistant was making more than he was. So Basenko finally resigned in 2019 and endorsed his under Sheriff McGreeny to become sheriff. McGreeny wanted the sheriff position and had loyalty to Modi. Under Sheriff McGreeny tried to turn the division against Basenko, and he kept that divide and conquer strategy going when he was appointed sheriff by Modi. That didn't sit well with the Sheriff's Administration Association and the Deputy Sheriff's Association. They both gave McGreeny a vote of no confidence, having felt his divide and conquer strategy firsthand and felt the working environment had become hostile. McGreeny quickly retires. And what does the county do? The CEO, Matt Pontes, appoints McGreeny to a newly created position with an over 30% pay increase as second in command of the county. Modi's fingerprints are all over this. His next plan is going to bring the county to its knees. He has no intention of cleaning up the illegal grows in Shasta County. He'd rather see this county be the next Humboldt.
There it is. He'd rather see this county be the next Humboldt. So what's happening is they're selling out to the big grows. I'm going to play just 1 more minute of this.
Pontes is building the emergency command center. He and McGreeny will run it. They will simply enforce a tax on the growers in order to make a ton of money to increase local government and staff their salaries and pensions. There's a reason former Sheriff McGreeny hasn't enforced anything related to illegal grows, and this new position isn't going to be different, except that the payments will be on the table instead of underneath. You watch. This is the plan. That's all I can say for now. We'll be in touch.
So first, McGreeny didn't retire. He resigned. Those are two very different things. That's something that I would like to know more about. I don't want to be the person that asked that question on this documentary.
She's had
better not include it.
investigators come to her house. That was
that's a lot. This county's it's just an awful mess from beginning to end. With the few people that I do talk to that are still in county government, tell me that it's crazy. They don't have anything to do with their own budgets. They don't have any input to the CEO's office or the board of supervisors. Everything's just kind of handled. There certainly is questionable evidence from time to time. The decisions that I do watch that some people know more than others at the board level.
What this does is this increases government. It increases a situation where if you work for the government, or you work for the county, you're going to see some of this money. I agree with that. I think that that's the spot on scenario of what they want to do. It's very...
Okay, I want to tell you something. I've seen a video about this guy, and I'm going to end it here. You guys can find this. It's called Red, White, and Blueprint. If you go to their YouTube channel, they've gotten taken down before. They have 5,000 subscribers, but hey, I'd be thrilled if Humboldt County had 5,000 subscribers to any channel that we're doing here. And so they've already put out all 5. They have great production with their documentaries. It's basically documentary. They're documenting how they're going through this process to get rid of these board of supervisors that are, what I put people into categories are just 2 categories. This is it for me. They're sellouts or they have integrity. And so the sellouts, this is the 2 narratives I see. If you're a sellout, you are probably acting unlawfully. And if you have integrity, you're probably following the law. And so unfortunately here in Humboldt County, we've got both of those things going on and we're clashing. And even the groups that try to get together clash. And there's just a lot of division going on. But we just keep pushing on. We keep sharing the truth. We keep doing what we know how to do. And that's all we can do. And so those are all of the stories I wanted to share with you guys. And if anybody wanted to stream in, I don't know if I dropped this link yet, but it says I can have up to 10 guests. Robert usually comes on and rambles with me. Because he knows I don't like to be on here all by myself. And Robert was a great moderator for a show called Decoders of Truth about 10 years ago. And so I've aligned myself with people who, quite frankly, haven't watched mainstream media or even own a television for like the last 10 years, all their life. Robert is in his 50s, and I don't think he's ever been, wasn't raised with a TV. He doesn't watch TV today. And once in a while, I used to ask when we first started chatting, hey, did you ever see that show with Albert Lynn? He does the LiDAR. If you guys haven't seen Albert Lynn, he's got a bionic leg and he does this stuff. He's gone to Machu Picchu and they've discovered 60,000 old dwellings with this LiDAR equipment, because what it is it's a drone and it scans over the forest. And then they go back to San Diego to the fancy, what's it called? Classroom, I guess, because he also works for the University of San Diego, and they put up on the screen the drone footage that they just took, right? And so then he's like, they're looking at it, and then all they see is trees. And so then he basically goes, abracadabra, and all the trees get moved away. And I'll show you who this guy is. And then they see what's underneath, and they will send in archaeologists and a whole team of people. And he's just amazing person. He's really cool. I'll share it because I found it. I know I wasn't sharing, but you never know what the internet's going to pull up. So Albert Lynn, his show, he's a National Geographic Oh, that's the name of his show that I loved. It's called Lost Cities. Your lives will be enriched by the show. It's not a program that you're going to be like, you're going to not like. Hey, Kay, darling, how are you?
I'm good.
How are you doing?
Sorry. I need to mute me.
You're going to mute you? Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, I don't have to mute.
No, you don't have to mute. I was just sharing about this guy. I'm still sharing my screen, so let me finish talking about this guy, Albert. No, you're fine. I let you in. You're okay.
Oh, okay.
I just want to share about this guy, Albert Lynn. Oh, it looks like he has a family. He is really a neat person. I didn't realize, but so not only has a prosthetic leg, but it's I don't know if that's bionic, if the regular old prosthetic leg is bionic too. I don't think so. I think he's got some extra. He's like the bionic man, you remember? And so I know what happened to him. I had to research how he lost his leg. And the story was he was quad riding, ATV riding in Mongolia. And the quad was out of balance. And so he went to put his leg out, and that's how he lost his leg. But it doesn't stop him at all. He's just, the shows he's done, that Lost City show, I highly, highly recommend it. My favorite one was when he went to, oh gosh, what's the one where Petra? They dug into the rocks in Petra, and it's like in the middle of a desert, right? And in the beginning of his show, he's walking up on a donkey. And he just comes up. It's just this giant mountain. And they carved homes in the rocks in Petra. And they also carved cisterns of water and created this incredible water system that they really couldn't have discovered all of what they did without his equipment. Because when they ran the LiDAR over Petra, they found, I don't even know how many, it's just so many cisterns. Like they dug all these waterways so that when it rained, it just collected all the water in the middle of the desert. And what's on your mind today? I'm just rambling to I just go and go and go.
Not a lot.
Robert
Not much
says,
going on here. So
what's going on there? You're in Texas. Everything's pretty free there. Is your governor? He made executive order to not have a lot of these silly, right? So you go anywhere. You go anywhere shopping, and you're not harassed, discriminated, segregated, arrested. Nothing silly like that's going on in Texas.
Not here in Burleson. Not in Burleson. I mean, everybody goes to this. You got some that wear it, some that don't. So nobody really bothers anybody. It's really weird. Everybody's pretty nice to each other.
Yeah, well, when I drove to South Dakota for the 4th of July to be with the Liberty Warrior family in the camp out, I drove through Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, South Dakota. None of that. None of that. I come back to my county. They're like Nazis here. That's not even an exaggeration. It's, the signs on the door here say, well, I'll show you guys one when I pull it up. But the stupid things they say, I can't even say because, I'll get banned again. But yeah, it's basically, if you've had this, you don't have to wear this. But now they brought these back, even if you've had this. So go figure. Those people now that it took it so they didn't have to wear this are really upset. So they're getting in the game. That's good.
I just don't understand this whole mess.
Well, let's see, 1995, when I became a Christian, I was being taught about New World Order then. I was reading Revelation then. It's not that big a surprise, right, Kay? Like, we know that this kind of stuff is people love control, and they love to control the masses. That's just a human nature thing that goes back so far back. And what's weird, what I don't understand is people giving over their power here in this country. That's what I get the control part. I don't get the people just walking around like zombies, sleepwalking through this nonsense that they're putting them through every day, and they're putting up with it. They're putting up with it in California, or they just leave. They just leave. And so then we're stuck with the people that like all this nonsense. They've been dying for universal health care here. They've been begging for single health care here. They think it's so wonderful and great. And how do you not be like, if you just read some history about Cuba, Venezuela, China, Iran, which is like, I don't even know what to call that.
I don't think it's pack a bag of moves.
I'm sorry?
Pack a bag of moves. That's what they need to do. If they want all that, those people need to pack a bag and move.
Right. They should, yeah. I mean, go make a little communist city, see how long it works for you. Those communes don't usually last long. They just don't get it. I mean, they just think that utopia is getting fed hand to mouth, morning to night, cradle to grave. And those people really, you know what? They don't often connect this, but I'm going to say it. The mental illness that we have. Okay, can you bring your phone down? You're cut off here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't be sorry. I just want to see your face.
I can't get it right. Okay,
there we go. That's better. So
you can see my wrinkles.
Well, you got to get it from above. See, that's the trick with the camera. You go up high. See, that's better. The better angles from higher, not lower. There we go.
Now we know why Jeff sits on the top bunk.
You did not just say that. Oh man. So what was I saying? I forgot what I was telling you about. Something about something. What was it, Kay?
We were talking about people.
And they're divided. They're divided, right? Yes. I mean, that's all I know is we're divided, and there's a lot of fighting going on, and I can't remember what I was saying, but
I know I don't like fighting at all.
No, I love my community. It makes me sad that they haven't figured out, I'm a small business owner, and they haven't figured out that this is designed to take them out. We've lost 60 mom and pops last year, 60. And so I met a gal, she stopped by the courthouse Friday, which is my favorite part of going to the courthouse is you will have people that will pull over and stop and talk to you and ask you, what are you guys about? And they're all excited and they want to, and she told me she owned a food truck. And I said, oh man, the new Ande May was coming back tomorrow. It was the Saturday. And I said, are you guys going to put those back on? And she goes, excuse me. Oh, we never did. And I said, oh, I lost you because you went sideways. Where are you, Robert? I thought Robert was here. Oh, he's in the chat. So anyway, she said they never did wear them. And that they were going to be at a place tomorrow at a market in Mayville. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to send all our people to you. So I went out there and they were gone. You might have heard me tell this story because I did share it once before, but they were gone. And I talked to a gal there. I said, hey, where's the burger? You didn't hear it. Where's the burger truck? And she said, oh, somebody came by and told them they better put these on or they were going to shut the whole thing down. And so they self-sacrificed and left the whole market and went to another location because they didn't want their friends who were complying because they need to make a living like everybody needs to make a living. Yes. And they're forcing these people to have to, they're making our lives hell here. That's just baloney, ain't it? They had to leave. Yes. When I was at the courthouse, and I was protesting it there. My friend told me, I said, oh, I got to use the restroom. She goes, oh, well, you got to wear a thing now. And I go, oh, well, I guess I'll drive over 10 blocks to my work office and use it there because we work for ourselves and I don't have to do that nonsense. It's an inconvenience to not comply. But dang it, Kay, I was arrested in November.
No,
I ain't complying. I'm never starting. I had to tell my supervisor of the one of my departments that, one of our friends got hired on and she can't wear the thing. And I said, it's a great thing that we honor our, rights here. And she goes, well, but I thought it was a and date May. And I go, yeah, but that's not a law. And she's still looking at me confused. And I said, I'm serious. You cannot tell our employees they have to wear these things. And then I find out that she's been telling some of our clients when they ask her who took the freaking V and who didn't. And I said, you know what? I said, you cannot do that. I'm going to write her up. It's a violation. I have to have her know you can't do that, right? Like you are violating human rights. And it's the dang customers here that they are being taught with unlawful rules, orders, guidelines, mandates, protocols, procedures, all these baloney words. I don't care what you put it on, what kind of fake label you put on it. It's not the legislative code. I told her we could be sued. You cannot do it. We can be sued. That's the law. You can't do that.
We didn't even ask anybody that.
I don't ask people that either. I have in the past asked people that were friends of mine and stuff. And now at this point, I realize it's just really, I know it's none of our business. Everybody, but we had to watch 3, 4, 5 months of people taking a picture of themselves with the Band-Aid and putting the thing around their face and saying, I got my this. I don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry if you took an experimental thing. You took an experimental thing. I'm not proud of you. I think that was not a good idea. Okay? I think it's not a good idea. And you know what they did here too, Kay? Why Mike Liberty Warrior came to Humboldt County is they set up at our schools here. They set up clinics for the 12-year-olds. And my friend called me up in tears one day because her daughter is a young girl who's like 12 or 13. And they've been told they got to get an exam for cheerleading. Okay. So one place here, the Humboldt Open Door Clinic is the clinic provided they said, oh, they were able to get all these girls in lickety split within, 1 day's notice. Well, sure, come on down here, but you have to take this. You have to take this to do cheerleading examination.
Nope.
If that was my kid,
see ya.
If one of those kids is hurt, I hope they contact Stand Up Humboldt because I'm just unfortunately waiting for the inevitable where there's people. I did have a friend tell me she knows a woman who's gone completely blind and another person whose husband died 3 days later. She's not, she's just a friend. So I'm not tracking all that down and going to spread all that, but let's face it, there are bad effects from this thing. I've seen plenty. That's why my channel got taken down yesterday because I shared a video that was a 4-minute reel that was put together by the families of victims that have died and victims of people that are messed up with, paralysis and blood clots and just, it's like, can we please just talk about it? We are going to talk about it in Humboldt County. We are going to have a town hall where the Eureka City Council is supposed to be meeting. They're not going to be there, but we are. We're going to show up and we're going to live stream how our county workers are sellouts, frauds, they're not going to work. And we're going to discuss all the laws and share the laws of the land, what is going on here. And, now that Shasta County has been showing that documentary, it's confirmation to us that, and they mentioned Humboldt County about the grows. We're the cannabis king of the land here in America. Humboldt County is the cannabis. That's what is the big commodity here. And it used to be underground. It used to be underground until it was made legal. But what is still illegal is the amount that you can grow. And so that Shasta County video documentary goes into more of who's doing the growing. You know who's doing a lot of growing? Mexican cartels, corporations, big money people who are getting a pass on some stuff. They're getting all the water. They're getting all the don't look this way, look this way, right? And so when I was working at a local place here as a wood shop teacher for some homeschool kids, there was a guy I worked with, and he told me how his friends and him went in on buying a permit, a cultivation permit, where it was zoned in the city of Eureka. Okay. It was how much it cost them to get it. I don't know how many plants. I'm sure they zone it for how many plants you can have, but they wanted to commercial grow. So they wanted a big warehouse, lights, camera, action, right? So it costed them $50,000 to get this permit. And then he said within 30 or 60 days later, guess what Eureka did? They changed the zoning where they could grow and not grow. And those guys were just out that money like nothing. And that's one story. Okay? That's one story. This is what they do here. They're sellouts. They're taking kickbacks. They're giving it away to the highest bidder. They're giving it away to the highest bidder. That's what they do here. And the locals have gotten pushed out. The locals already got pushed out of Shasta County years ago. The very first Red, White, and Blueprint documentary shows this really wealthy guy, and he got exiled out of Shasta. He was going to dump a bunch of money into Shasta County. I think he was going to put in like an amusement park or something fun and cool and bring money and jobs. And they ran his ass out of town. They said, oh, we don't want your money. Go away, dude. And he went back to New York or New Jersey. He's a millionaire, billionaire dude, right? And I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I don't sound very professional, but I am following these guys. I should know his name. But I was just like, oh, yeah, that's what they do. They're sellouts or they have integrity. That's it. There's no red. There's no blue. There's nothing but that. That's all there is. And these people that got in these positions of power, they did not get in these positions of power because they're so great. And matter of fact, the end of the Red, White, and Blue documentary, what I just shared, number 5, the very last 2 minutes, you know what? I'm just going to share it because we're just talking, right?
I was going to look it up later too. So so I wanted to watch it.
It's just the last 2 minutes. I want to show you guys what is going on in the counties right now because something similar happened here to us. We had an elected mayor of Arcata, and I got to just share it with you.
Okay.
So he got arrested for a DUI, Arcata mayor, California, arrested. And then they went and they put this woman in there instead. Okay. No. Let's see. I know what it is. So he's the mayor that wasn't elected that they just put in place because guess where our Arcata mayor went that got elected? She got assigned, appointed to a new position under the public health officer here, who's a big fat liar and keeps telling everybody to go around and give everybody face diapers at the door and make everybody wear them and have the kids wear them all day long. He's probably going to tell them they should wear it in their sleep soon. I can't stand these people. All they are sellouts. And so the Arcata mayor, she got elected. Let's see. Arcata mayor, I'll show you what happened to her. Arcata mayor appointed to public health. So how could you explain, maybe you know, Kay, how does a Arcata mayor get appointed to take a job on as the new director of public health? Could somebody please tell me that? Anybody in the chat, could you please tell me how a mayor gets to take a job as a new director of public health? And this other guy that just got the DUI, he was not elected. Okay, he got put in there. I don't know how that worked, but what they plan for us is this. She's going to be working. So she's already worked with Department of Health and Human Services in 2019. She worked in the emergency preparedness analysis for the public health branch. She probably figured out how to write up all the fraudulent legislative codes, because the one thing they did here, you look up the code. How did they say in her order how she had the right to tell everybody to wear this stupid thing on her face? It was order 101080, only in case of a toxic spill. Okay, that's what they use. We didn't have a toxic spill here, and it does say at the end, or of an infectious disease. You know, like if we all had something that was smallpox or something. This is not a virus, okay, not a virus. But what scares me about this is that this is what she's gonna do is the city council. No, that's the city council. What her new job is frightening to me, because they're gonna be this is what it was. What they said, it has something to do with, like, it's about our health. Okay, here it is. As a public health director, this is, you know what, this makes me sick, because this is the new money that they're getting. And one of them is what they do is they appoint new people above us so they can keep us down. All they do is figure out the codes to keep running our junk. So she went from Arcata mayor to being she will be responsible for communicable disease program. Oh, I didn't even know we had a program. And it's continued expansion. Do you hear what I hear? Due to illness funding, public health clinic, public health nursing, environmental health, maternal, child, and adolescent programs, including women, infants, department, state-of-the-art laboratory. Oh, are we getting a state-of-the-art laboratory so they can keep counting?
All this sounds so made up. It's like, oh, let's make this job up for you here. Let's make up this job for you. Because that's what they would do at our Burleson ISD in the admin building. They would create all these jobs, but lay off teachers and stuff.
Yeah, the last sentence was the one I really don't want to skip it. It says it's a variety of grant-funded programs focused around improving the health of our communities. So, council member Sophia Piera will be stepping down from her position. Oh, she wasn't even the mayor. She was Arcata City Council. Sorry. She was first elected as Arcata City Council. Oh, no, she was the mayor, I think. That was, I don't know.
What do y'all vote on? I mean,
right there it says Arcata mayor. She's been in politics quite a while, let's just say. And she probably is a big reason why Humboldt County got all these grants and all this money. And now she's got a new position that's just going to keep feeding this nonsense here. It makes me sick, okay? It just makes me sick.
We finally got rid of our mayor that we'd had for 13 years this past year. He had to go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Tara. Tara's here, you guys. Let me get rid of my Outlook. Tara, she is feeling the madness. I wonder why. Tara, I'm trying to think. You're in Ohio, aren't you, Tara? She's in Ohio. Uh-oh. Get out of here. What am I doing? Sorry, I'm trying to get out of all this. Just trying to shut that email down. Tara's feeling the madness right now with her employer. Oh, even called off work because of it. That sucks. Those employers, they just upset me so much because they're so mean here in my community to everybody. They're like, okay, right now in my community, at the hospitals here, they had one of our local papers do the bidding of making the announcement that if you want to come to one of our hospitals, why, you better get the test or you better take the jab. That's our options. Or they are saying they can actually turn us away. Isn't so on
Don't they
Peggy?
take an oath?
Yeah, do no harm, right? Isn't that it?
Yep.
Do no harm. So it doesn't matter that these people know that's discrimination and segregation and that these tests are baloney. That doesn't matter because that's what our county's using to keep getting all the money. Every day it's 60 new positives, more hospitalizations than ever. Yeah, my husband was just at the hospital for a blood test because you can do that. You do not have to take, I said, you are not taking that swab. You are not letting, he goes, oh, I'm just going to hold my nose like this. And I made him watch that video with the nurse and the investigator. I said, no, you're not. Tara's standing strong. Good. Stand strong, Tara. We're with you. We need to up our prayers for Tara and everybody, all you guys. I pray for you all the time in our battle. And it's hard. You have to really pray for your enemies too. Here's Tara. I'm going to let Tara in. She's just going to talk, it looks like. Oh, beautiful Tara. How are you, Mama?
Hi.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Kay. Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm not showing my face and I'm on a different browser, so you can't see my normal little face. Oh, it's still there. You can see it on YouTube.
I like yes, I do. I look at your face when you're talking. I could picture you. And I mostly love your voice too. You and Shepard's voice are so soothing. Yes, very, you're slow speaking. You're very clear, and yeah, and you're the voice of reason on the on our moderator meetings. You help calm me down when I'm getting all riled up. It's free speech, you guys. And we have to have
you.
No, I know you do, and you remind me.
Outside of YouTube, I'm all free speech.
I know we do. No, but it does, like my pastor's been talking about the language, we're in Proverbs. So, James 3 has been on there's been this certain message I've been hearing the last couple weeks when I'm being especially naughty. Shall salt water, bitter water come forth from the same well as sweet? We know that's yes, that's in James 3 about the tongue, and it's how it sets on fire a whole forest of fires. Can't bridle it. They put these little ships and they put these little rudders in the ships to stir the ships. We put the bridles in the horses' mouths to stir the horse, and yet we can't tame that tongue of ours. So, it's okay. It was already put on my heart before the meeting, and we had that meeting, and then we had this big explosion the next day, which was really weird, but not a surprise because that's just where a lot of us are at right now. And it was really good to see him come on and apologize. And I've been praying for Rage. I feel that so much too, but not at the moderators, not at our family. That's the problem. Sometimes it just gets misdirected. And afterwards, when we've lost our self-control and our edge a little bit, we kind of, pride comes before the fall, right? Careful you think you stand lest you fall. I mean, you will be on your face before you know it. And I've been there many, many times. So I feel for him. I feel for all of us who are on the edge. So good for you for staying home today. You probably needed a day of rest. Huh? Good for you.
Let me tell you how it's going with my employer. This
Please.
is literally the first time I'm speaking publicly about it. So
Well,
they,
I'm honored to hear the story then.
well, plus it's not huge and I don't have to look at chat, and I like that. It's more
Yes,
personable.
I do too.
So to start, you know, I've been working from home for like a year and a half now.
Yes.
And we're getting ready to go back. And I've actually been going back about once a week. But to go back once a week, I have to take a test once a week, which then means they have to know my status. And right there again, HIPAA. So they have, yeah, I had to choose what they call a certain direction, a certain route. I could choose to go one way and not be tested, or choose to go the other way and be tested once a week. So
Tara, you're in the medical field, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to sound like Jeff Riddle for a second. I'm having a stroke.
Uh-oh.
I'm in education. Higher
Okay.
education.
Okay.
Higher education, right? Okay. Oh, that's because you have PhDs and stuff. I remember you told me the first time we talked that you worked with a lot of educated people, highly educated. They were not really hearing you about your thing, and I guess I don't have a grasp on what you do. But are you a teacher? You're not a teacher, but you work with these people.
I am staff.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I'm not.
You can say it here. Retired.
Right on.
Nice.
Okay, Tara. Sorry to interrupt you, darling. Sorry. Go ahead.
So now everyone is getting ready to go back.
Okay.
And it's like the whole pandemic is over.
Mm-hmm.
We're back full scale, 5 days a week. Wear that thing on my face 40 hours a week, plus get tested once a week. And I said, I really don't want to be exposed to everyone, all these sick people. I didn't say that, but that's really what I meant. I don't want to be exposed to all these people. And possibly take something home to my mom. Mom is turning 76.
That's serious. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I asked if I could work there 2 days a week so they could see my face and the people who needed me and the physical things that I needed to do. Be there 2 days a week, home 3 days a week.
Reasonable.
And it's pretty much no. It's pretty much no. I am going to have to fight it. And I think you've worked out I'm not a fighter. I will do whatever I need to on my own.
Wrong. Try again. No.
Well, the fight in me says is putting my middle finger up. That is the fight in me saying I'm going to comply. See you bye.
You're classier than that, Tara. I know you are. You're not that. That's not. I don't believe that. I think that you can take this on with poise and dignity, and I think you can win it. I know you could,
to be honest,
but I know you don't want to, right? You don't want to fight it. I know.
But
I know.
Even before 2020 happened, even before 2020, this is end of 2018, all of 2019, the place is just mismanaged so bad. I was wanting to get out anyway. And not to mention all the he, she, they things that I have to deal with. That's part of it. I'm pretty darn politically correct. I can do it if needed be. And I don't know if you heard that story, Dion. Once I was using the restroom in the ladies' room. Did you hear that story?
Maybe. Tell me some more.
And we do have a
unisex room.
See, I don't even know the proper term.
Unisex,
no, it was truly the ladies' room. However, we have this student stood like maybe 7 feet tall and couldn't decide if they were male or female, so they choose to use both restrooms.
No, I didn't hear the story. Oh boy.
This
Okay.
particular day, he technically was
Oh, right.
using the ladies' restroom, and I'm in there alone with him.
Shoot.
And I'm trying, I'm trying to be open-minded, and I am. Do your thing, whatever. Leave me alone. I'm okay.
Yeah, but that's awkward.
Happy.
That's awkward.
And I actually said something really bad on Liberty that night when I was talking about it. But visualize it. Visualize me sitting on the toilet, and then in the stall next to me, visualize this 7-foot man sitting on the toilet next to me. I mean, most men, when they pee, they're standing up. And I know he wasn't pooping. So all I could envision was his body parts right next to me. And you know what I mean? We're both had our bare rear ends sitting on a toilet, and that's just all I could think.
Yes.
That's an image.
Yes. You know what it reminds me of? I'll tell you. I was sitting on a toilet one time too on our Dolphin camper going 65 miles an hour. And, we're passing semis and the Dolphin camper's going like this. And I'm realizing that I'm on a toilet. There's not much between me and the walls. And, my kids are in car seats in the back of this Dolphin camper, which is basically a Toyota pickup truck with a very, very thin shell. And I realize what you're saying, Tara. You're very vulnerable when you're bare-assed somewhere in a situation and there's somebody that's, indecisive about their gender. That's a new one. Because when you're born, it's a boy, it's a girl. That's what you are, and telling kids under 18, under 21 years old. I have a friend. This is what I know. I have a friend who has a little girl, and she wanted to be called Jason for a little while. Okay, she wanted to be called Jason for a little period of her life, and her mom was like, I don't think I cannot honestly remember if she went for it or if she didn't. Maybe she played along for a couple days. I don't really care if people do that. Like, oh, you want to be called Jason? Okay. But you're not going to dress up like a boy and pretend you're a boy. And I don't know. There's a certain point where let's not confuse the children. Okay. Let's protect the children's innocence. Let's not make them think about sex until they've even puberty, for crying out loud. Don't we all remember the age of innocence? And when we stepped out of it, how we wish we could have just jumped right back to the age of innocence. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to protect for them. That's it. It's nothing about sexual preference or orgasms. There are some things that are more important than those things. And that's where I'm at with it, Tara. So I'm so sorry. It makes me upset that we've confused these generations by allowing the simple fantasies or, this kind of wonderings of a childhood. Like, what if I was a boy? What if I was a girl? Play dress up for a day, let them get it out of their system. If it's really, really an issue for a child, I imagine that a lot, and it's horrible if it's a family that's, gonna take away unconditional love on their child. If a child is truly, truly gonna go in a way that their parents wouldn't want to go for themselves. If my children both know I was in a relationship with a woman for 2 years when my husband and I were split up. When I became a Christian and got saved and started reading the Bible and decided for myself, there was no sexual experience that was worth me. I wanted to be spiritual. I wasn't having sex with anybody. No girl, no boy. How about let's just me and Jesus? We're going to go to Africa or something. I don't know what, we're going to do something cool. And then here comes my husband that we were broke up for 2 years. I gave up on him. He was my first boyfriend. He was my first love. He was everything to me, but he was confused. He didn't know the Lord. We floundered, you guys, for 6 years. We were deadheads. but we didn't up and leave everything and go follow the dead. We were jet set deadheads. We were yuppies. We had the money to go. One of my dates with my husband was he flew me to a Grateful Dead concert in California when we lived in Chicago. That was, he's always been an amazing guy. And that was one of the things, but we wasted a good 10 years of our life following a band and spending money and doing drugs and doing things that honestly just hurt ourselves and hurt other people. And we came to the end of ourselves, and when you do that and you want to really serve God, it's amazing. The life I have today, I would not have my children. I would not have my husband. I would not have the wisdom that I've been praying for since I've been a Christian about lots of things. And
I think that's where I'm at, Deanna. I think that everything that goes on there has already not set right in my soul. It was great when I got there, great benefits, really good job. But the longer I was there, I was like, this isn't settling well with me. And now it's even worse with the whole illness, and it's
well,
so, I got some news yesterday, and I actually woke up in the middle of the night. I kid you not. Woke up in the middle of the night, and I swear it was my spirit calling me, do something. I literally got up in the middle of the night and got busy doing some things and making my decision.
Okay, that's great. I love it. I love the prompting of the Spirit. I think that's, people don't realize every day, right? You can do that every day. You can listen. Why sit there in bed and stare at the ceiling? I was up at 1:30 the other night, and I caught that White House live cam, and that was kind of cool. Like, what's going on? What's going on here? And I think when you write things down, I was telling my friend Justin the other day, you need to write the things down you are needing in life right now, because he needs a lot of things. And I feel like once you write those things down, I really believe there's that power in the pen, and just, you're halfway there. You're halfway there. The other 20, what's that? Manifestation. Sure. I mean, I used to be super pagan, and I was into Shakti Gawain. She's a creative visualization guru girl, right? And here's the sad thing: this is a true and real thing with the problem with the Christians and the wellness community today. Okay, when I forsook paganism for being a Christian, I would not set foot in a New Age store. A New Age store would be the only place I would probably find things at the time, 1994-ish, I guess it was, essential oils, books on natural healing. You get going with this. There's not a lot of, there was not, nowadays, the Christian community and the church, all the young girls are either in Young Living or doTERRA. They're very well knowledgeable. And I know that there always is the pockets of different, there's foragers and herbalists and every groups of people. But with Christianity in 1994, when I got into the church, and I love the church I'm part of. It's a Chuck Smith founded Calvary Chapel, and they're all about teaching the Bible like a textbook, like a college text. We're going to break this baby down. We're going to read it from beginning to end. We're not going to take a verse from here and there. Matter of fact, we're going to archaeologically, line it up with proof and science and logic and all of it. So I don't check my brains at the door, and I certainly don't agree with everything even my favorite church believes, because they are anti-cannabis. And this is what I'll say about the drugs and alcohol and the church. The path to the most peaceable life is no drugs, no alcohol. Smoking is bad, period. However, cannabis, if you want a little tiny bit of education about cannabis and your own body, please write this word down. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's called, oh, I hope I spell it right. Robert knows about this. Endocannabinoid system. Okay. Your it says it's not spelled right, but we all have it. We all have an endocannabinoid system. And I don't know if Shepherd of the Forest studies have talked much about big pharma, but one thing I know is that in the 40s, that is when the Rockefeller Ray Foundation, that family took that over. Okay. They also eliminated hemp and they made hemp be illegal, which is the dumbest thing that obsessed me with Americans today. Because when I moved to Humboldt County in 1990, there were these flyers that were double-sided about hemp can save the world. Oh, did you know they used to make sails out of ships with hemp? Oh, did you know they used to make everything? We would be self-sufficient. And instead, we let them strap us with this plant, create a stigma that you're a drug abuser. Oh, it's the gateway drug. Maybe it is for some people. I'm not going to say it's not, but I'm going to say maybe if I was given cannabis as a child, instead of they try to throw me on Ritalin because I can't sit still in school.
Yes.
My endocannabinoid system would have been able to acclimate better. But that's all I'm saying is that it is actually wrapped up with your nervous system. The endocannabinoid system of our body has the molecule cannabis, or it's studied. They got to study it in Denver, Colorado for years at a university there. So there's a little bit of studies before it was legal, but now wherever you find it, they got 2 receptors for cannabis in our makeup. Okay. And it affects our body today. But no, they want to shove you with pills instead and tell you that if a teenager smokes pot for the first time, a lot of time, but for me, I passed out. I was so tired. I couldn't even okay, there my friend Justin. I think we spelled it the same. Endocannabinoid. Oh, okay. It's binoid, not Boyd. Endocannabinoid, I wrote binoid. Okay, so yeah, that's what you have to write. So anyway, and it's been put on my heart it's not about marijuana and this debate. I will concede that smoking is bad. Smoking is bad for your health. However, you can take a tincture, you could take an edible, you can have CBD without THC. It doesn't affect your. My husband cannot do THC. His father was bipolar and he had episodes. And my husband says he feels like there's cobwebs in his head. If he does THC, he can't do it at all. And I didn't do it for years and years and years when my kids were in my belly and they were little, and I didn't smoke or do anything. And then I, started learning about, I had a thing on my foot. I have a ganglion cyst on my foot, and I don't want to deal with it the way they want me to deal with it. It's gross. I don't even want to talk about it. I was purchasing CBD. Yeah, go ahead, Tara. I'm rambling.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
So, how they've messed with water and foods, right? Obviously, you and Justin know for sure.
Right.
So, is the endocannabinoid, has that been targeted then too? I wonder.
Boy, that's not a question for me. I'm a novice when it comes to that. I know we have some experts in Liberty Warrior, right? I think Robert knows some things, and Hawk he's an Oregon farmer. Those guys know. I don't. The reason I grew CBD was because I bought a little thing. It was $100 for a teeny tiny little jar of it. And I'm like, I'm just going to grow it. And I learned how to grow it and make a tincture. I make a salve that people love. We're going to put little wellness kits together. They'll come out of Humboldt County, and they'll be amazing products. They'll be amazing products. They'll be by donation only because we cannot sell a market, can't sell anything with THC in it. I make a pet salve. I could sell that, a pet salve for the pets. My cat, I give my cat CBD. His back legs don't even work unless he's on it. I mean, I've seen it on my pets. I've seen it work. My brother-in-law has involuntary spasms. He had a stroke. I could show you videos of the poor guy on the floor writhing around like an octopus. Every limb of his body is going different directions. I took him to the dispensary. We spent $70 on a tincture of no THC. He almost had he was on a tear once and was going to get on a plane and stuff because he was taking some THC and it was starting to spin him out. He's like my husband. He cannot have the THC. It's a bad drug for the mentally ill sometimes. So anyway, I literally, we got in the car. He opened it up. He starts doing this. He's already doing this. He puts it in his mouth, you guys. He stops spasming like that. But it's $70 for an ounce bottle like this. They want you to be on pills. They want you to, whatever. So I made it for him. Well, then recently I got involved in a new company. If you guys want to try legal CBD, there's a company, it's called Q Sciences. I'll try to pull it up. My brother-in-law, so I sent him a bottle. I noticed, my friend got me into it. They have spray vitamins, and I love spray vitamins because I take Juice Plus. I take some doTERRA stuff sometimes. And I just don't like taking all those pills, See, I went to this Q Science thing and it's this weirdo. I will show you what it's not. Okay. This is not it right here. This is not Q Science that I'm talking about. But I do want to show you, since we are talking, that is so weird. They took, that's what Google Ads can do. You can pay money to be at the top. Now, this is somebody else's site. It does know that I'm a thing. So, okay. So I'm signing in. I am a distributor for this. I don't sell anything, you guys. I stream. I'm not looking to make money. If you know me, you know that. Okay. So, but I do want to share this product with people. And here's some things that let me share this first. Humboldt Truth. Yes. Go ahead.
Can I give a shout out to Justin quick? Tell him thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I did grab both of mine.
Great. No, Justin's great. He knows a lot of things. He says we all have an endocannabinoid deficiency. And I suspect that. As well. For sure. Robert says, and the Lord bent over and anointed the leper with oil. Yes, they had an anointing oil. And if you look at, now I'm not going to get into any, I'm not going to say any of this I know for sure. Okay. I'm going to speculate. If you go to Exodus, 33? I'd have to look it up. There's anointing oil. There's a product there's a word I think it's Hebrew. It's called cannaboom in the Hebrew. And if I'm wrong, it's in the Greek. Okay. Cannabosom. Cannaboom or cannabosom, that is suspected to be the cannabis plant. Now think about this for 1 second. Okay. Marijuana is a weed. That is all. It is a green herb. No, there's another point. It is a green herb of the field. And God saw that it was good. Okay. This is Q Science right here. This is, someone's beeping in. Let me just show you this real quick and then I'm going to let them in. So I gave my brother-in-law, I bought him the hemp here from this company because I knew if it was what my friend told me it was, she claimed these guys, they make hemp where your body is able to absorb it 80% more than how it's typically processed. And the way I make hemp is you have to burn it in the oven first, at a low temperature for like 45 minutes. Because if this is Justin or Robert, I'm going to let them talk. Here's the product I buy my brother-in-law, you guys. And he said that it's given him the best relief that he's had in 5 years. It's better than what I've made him. It's better than what we got at the dispensary. So if you like hemp and you want to see, I thought somebody was here, but maybe they hung up or they're not here. I heard that sound where it sounded like somebody come in. So anyway, that's my pitch about that. I live in Humboldt County. I should know a little bit about this stuff because it's not as evil as people say. I know that a lot of the Christians and a lot of people that are anti this have fallen for a stigma. And when they see a tweaker on the street or they know someone who's a pothead or anything, they put that behavior with that drug. I'm going to say this, that is wrong to do because the behavior is either greed or it's typically it's greed because it makes money. Okay. And that's not why people do what they do. The gun does nothing by itself until the person picks it up and pulls the trigger. The marijuana plant does nothing. It's not an evil plant. God said that he made everything, but here's the thing I do think of in the back of my mind sometimes. He says too that there are plants that will be plucked down and thrown into the fire that do not yield good fruit. So it's a both, and sometimes I wonder if that wasn't the fruit of good and evil or of knowledge in the middle of the garden, because some people feel like when they smoke the marijuana, they do get a different. It's different.
I can't do it. It makes me paranoid. It makes me paranoid.
You're like, God is real. Yeah, I don't know. That's what it does to a lot of people. I think it's too much reality for that. And also, I will say this is what the Christian church says about the plant or drugs in general are sorcery. And I'll tell you this, here's sorcery. If somebody gives somebody something and doesn't tell them that it's in it, that's sorcery. And there's been a lot of that since marijuana has been legal. People think it's funny to do it. I have never done anything like that, nor would I ever think. My cousin laid in bed and thought she was going to die. Somebody gave her a brownie. I've heard many stories like that. So that's bad. There's good and bad things about it, you guys. But yeah, check out endocannabinoid system and you will learn that, Justin's right. We are deficient. Not only is this something good for us, we are probably all extremely deficient. And it's not helpful when we're all stressed out because it's the kind of drug that can actually keep your nerves at bay. When your nerves are just, like I've had too much coffee right now, so I can feel the nerves on the edge of my skin. I'm just kind of jitters. You get the jitters. And the CBD, without the hemp, I bet you feel a difference in yourself. I think that it could help a lot of people as we're going into these stressed out. They help people immensely with sleep. People that have sleep deprivation, man, I take CBD. My friend Maxine gave me a beautiful little care package recently. She buys it from Tommy Chong. I think it's a Cheech and Chong product. Yeah. And she said there's something about it that she's trying. She doesn't do any THC. She doesn't smoke pot. She doesn't want anything to do with the THC. And she said, I've tried a lot of these different ones. And this one is there's something, and it was tasty. It tastes like orange. I'm out in 30 minutes. I'm out in 30 minutes with that CBD. And the cat, like I said, the cat walks better. It's just an amazing product. I feel blessed to be able to grow my own here. And I've made salve for the last year and a half, and I give it away. So if you want some of that salve, I will give it. I will send you some, and you can just send me a donation for it. I would probably just want the shipping cost first is the only thing I'd want. But I hate going to the post office, but I would do it for you guys. I have a friend in town that's my friend Marquita, she loves my salve and it helps her immensely. And I give it to her. I've never sold it. I just won't, that's not my jam. But our wellness kits, we will sell our wellness kits. And I think we are going to put some of those, sugar cubes in there. And we will have some roller balls that there's pine needle oil, dandelion, and star anise are what they're saying to use to blend. You can blend those three in a roller baller with fractionated coconut oil or olive oil or grapeseed oil. And that is supposed to be a detox for the nanos or maybe the metals as well. People have been doing the stuff, they've been, studying these type of medicines for years. And when I moved to Humboldt County, lots of people I knew were just not into taking those type of medicines. They worried that it brought on autistic. I know at least 4 or 5 families. My friend Maxine was telling me this week on Monday, she knows for sure, like her son changed the day he was given those MMRs shots because he was outgoing and happy and smiley before. And she said after that, everything changed. And he's Asperger's, and, we don't know. I don't know, you guys, but I pay attention to everything. And I don't trust big pharma, nothing, not one bit. In our hospitals and medical.
I quit taking medicine of any kind. I'm pushing 5 years, and I have my oils, and
Great,
I have used CBD that is local. Well, just from a local shop. Who knows where it came from? So I am totally going to check it out. And yeah, right now with what's going on at work, I admit I'm feeling pretty stinking anxious.
Yes.
Well, I will admit I do take medicine for panic attacks and depression.
Sure, lots of people need to. Yeah, and I don't judge you for that or persecute you for that. I just, absolutely not. It's just kind of what's available. Like if they said to you, Miss K, hey, we have a choice, I met a friend, Deborah. She does healing with vibrations, music, and light, okay? Resonance, I think it's called. Another thing that Christians don't know a lot about, or maybe think it's voodoo, or I don't know. So I talked to her about it. I said, how does it work? So she has a table and there's vibration, there's light, and there's sound. And I was told that, we're not even hearing a lot of the sounds that are healing sounds. And my husband and I were starting to play classical music more. We both play music in the house. Like I play the piano and he plays guitar and he's learning accordion and all this stuff, right? So, and and that made me realize, there's this guy, you guys. I got to share you something, Tara, because it will bring you joy and it might help you sleep. And I'm so excited to I thought of something good and positive because it's hard. I really don't. I struggled with getting on and talking about a lot of these things because there's so many things are so upsetting, right? And they're
like wind chimes. I'll put it on my phone. Wind chimes and the Tibetan bowls.
Yes, I almost bought some in South Dakota.
Did you really?
You have the
No, I don't have any.
You have the frankincense. They call, or no, that's not called frankincense. Nothing.
I cannot be around like perfume or stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm allergic to it. But the only thing I can have cinnamon or vanilla.
Oh,
anything else? No. Yeah.
I made myself sick with lavender. I used to love lavender so much. And I had this tincture of it, and I doused myself in it so bad. And I already ruined myself with vanilla years prior. So there's this guy on YouTube. I found his channel and let me share it with you guys. He is what? What's that?
Eucalyptus is good.
Oh yeah. why is that like that? Okay, I'm going to read something about what Robert said. This is true. So when it comes to the cannabis, there's 3 strains. One is sativa. It's typically called day medicine. Okay, it can trigger anxiety. 2 is indica. That is relaxing. It's for sleep and it's for pain. It's the number 1. OG is the number 1 strain for pain. Number 3 is CBD, non-THC, for a variety of uses. So I hear the sound like someone's in here, but I don't, maybe no private chat. No. Okay. So yeah, he's right about that. Hey there, Bubbly. That's Heather. She calls me Bubbly. I guess she thinks I'm bubbly. Tara, I wanted to tell Tara, I wanted to ask Tara, would you want to tell me where? So there's a gal that I met right before she moved to Ohio, and we were at the bowling alley here for a brief minute while it was open. And I met her. She lived in Humboldt County, and she told me she has a 100-acre farm in Ohio somewhere. And I know that she grows and stuff like that. So I'm gonna reach out to her today. And she's a bartender somewhere. And also, Tara, do you know about Pam Popper, Dr. Pam Popper, who has the Make Americans Free Again organization at all?
No, I don't know about her.
Okay,
And then
I'm going to
as far as me being in Ohio, I'm in Southeast Ohio.
You're in Southeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, so I want to share something with you real quick because Dr. Pam Popper, you know what is great about her too, you guys? She is really good for the anxiety. She's got some videos. I'll show you her video reel. She does videos. I think she does them all on Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday, she puts out a new one every day. And so one of the last ones I was watching of hers was how to get through these times and stuff like that. But the reason I was asking you where you're at, Tara, is because she has I joined her thing for $99. You guys can join, what's her thing called? It's some kind of wellness. Oh gosh, she has so much wellness stuff. But she has a center. Here it is here. She's in 50. Am I sharing with you guys? Can you see my screen? She's in 510 East Wilson Bridge Road, Suite G, Worthington. She's in Worthington. Is that anywhere near you, Tara?
At the front door. I've been to Worthington. Yes, it's only, I don't know, maybe an hour from me.
What? Okay, so I want to tell you about her place. So she's got a studio. She does hot yoga. She has a kitchen, and she meets with her people every week. Like, she's the most approachable doctor I've ever found on TV. You know what I mean? She's like, come on down to the place. This is her place. So that's her on the left. She is very much wellness centered, and she's got lots of free information for everybody. But also, I joined my daughter, and myself up to this organization called Wellness Forum Health, and it gives access to. Now I'm getting a music.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's you. That's okay. I opened an app. So if you guys can see this, if anybody's in Ohio, if you're near Ohio, this is her near Worthington, pardon me. This is her schedule. So what's today? Thursday. So today is when she has her Inform Med Health Plan Shop Cook. That's a virtual one. But I know that she does have she does have potluck dinners. Oh, here she's got wine tasting and food pairing. Tara, you could go next Tuesday to that if you wanted. And then the week after that, she has Cooking with Sarah freezer meals. She's got she had game night on the 3rd. So this community, if you're in Ohio, I really love Dr. Pam Popper. I'll show you her.
Pam, is it Pam or Paula?
Pam, Pam. I'm going to show you her website. Oh, that's the guy I want to share with you. So let me find another YouTube that I had open here. Dr. Pam Popper, and I'm telling you, you guys, she's got so much great information for the anxiety and for the for wellness, recipes, tips. I will tell you this, she doesn't mention it much, but she is a vegan. And I know that's a little bit of a turnoff for some people, but look, she doesn't even put doctor in her title. She just has Pamela Popper. That's how you can find her. So these are her. Oh, this is why I liked her last video, because she did she used a Bob Dylan lick that I love to say from Blood on the Tracks album. It can be darkest before the dawn, hope for the future. That was her last video. Okay. So these are all her videos. She goes back years. You can go to search bar and type in face diapers, but the one that starts with an M, right? Oh, and you know what else? You're going to love this. You're going to love this, Tara. She is the one who is on the lawsuit with Tom Renz, the lawyer who filed for Ohio in not only federal court for Ohio, but he's also the one who's did the lawsuit for the 45,000 the first 3 days. They say that there was 45,000 that died from the thing. And so he's on that lawsuit. So he's Ohio as well. So Ohio is kicking some butt. And I've been following Ohio stuff, and I can't believe I never told you about her. Yeah, Robert, can you call in? I don't know. I've been begging him to call in for a couple hours, but he will do another time if he can't. Sometimes he's got to know your neck of the woods, more growing specifics. I know I've asked these guys where they're at before.
They're in Ohio too.
They are, right? Okay. We got a lot of Ohio people. Yeah, they're Ohio.
They're only about maybe 2 hours. I can't remember. We looked it up. They're only maybe 2.5 hours from me.
Well, I got to get my friend. I'm going to ask my friend. Her name is, oh my gosh, what's her name? I'm forgetting it already. Catherine. Anyway, Mazzo, she's the Ohio friend on Facebook. I'm going to reach out to her. Maybe she'll get on with me sometime. Maybe we had to blast at the bowling alley. She was so drunk. She was super, super drunk, and she kept grabbing my butt. And that's what happens sometimes. But no, she's a bartender in Ohio somewhere. And I told her when I go to Chicago, I'm going to come find her. And I'm going to have fun with her again, because she was a riot and she's super cute. And yeah, we got a lot of people that know about these stuff. Neck of the woods. There's like probably about, oh my gosh, I'm going to be joking, but there's like 35,000 dispensaries here. There's so much information here. Strains, like I can get you some information and mail it to you from, they have lots of little pamphlets. I got some at one of them the last time I was there. The one that we have here that's a really good one is called Humboldt Patient Resource Center. No, I always say it wrong. I always say HRPC and it's HPC. So Humboldt Patient Resource Center. So what is that? HPRC. Okay, look up HPRC. And they have been here since 1999, when people only had you had to have the license, right? Now anybody can walk in from anywhere and go buy anything they want. But once I was there, I got a bunch of pamphlets on dosing and stuff, because I was trying to figure it out for my brother-in-law. We were trying to figure out. It's very complicated because we've been left to the dark. We haven't been taught these things about this plant. It's been told that you're a devil worshiper if you want anything to do with it. And I knew I wasn't ready to talk about it for a long time. Definitely the Lord had put it on my heart that cannabis is not my biggest mission. Okay. It's not something that I'm a big pusher for, but I'm just tired of the lies, and people people are suffering. They are having anxiety. They could do something about it themselves if only they knew it's not the devil's plant. They call it devil's lettuce too. Chapter, what's Robert saying? Yes, see, Heather and D. Yes, that's right. Yes, go ahead,
I
Tara.
have a friend who was addicted to drugs and addicted bad, and I would just plead with them to just smoke some pot, man. Come on.
Right.
I mean, that's
Man, you know what?
they're no
I got to
longer
tell you.
here. They're no longer here, by the way.
Yeah, they passed. Well, so my son, in the height of Chop Chaz, you guys know what Chop Chaz is?
Nope.
Portland, Oregon, where they, no, yeah, is that right? Portland is in Oregon, right? Not Seattle. Oh God, I'm so stupid. What's in Seattle? There's another. What was in Seattle where they took over the square?
Oh, I know what you're talking about now, since you said that. Yep.
But Portland is definitely in Oregon. Anyway, my son went up there. Autonomous zone. Thank you. So they created an autonomous zone up there. My son is 23 and well, he's 24 now, but last year he was 23. He went up there to go see for himself about Lac Bay, Adders May, Ivesley. Who knows Pig Latin A? So he goes up there. He wants to find out. You know, his parents taught him. We left the city of Chicago, and there was one great relief about being away from some of the things of Chicago. Well, there was more than one, but one of them was the racism. And we were happy to raise our kids in California without a lot of that. It's not really here like it was where my husband and I grew up. We grew up in it as white kids. I know racism as a white girl. You know, I know racism for other ethnicities. We can all be victims. If you're outnumbered, it's going to happen to you. My mother experienced heavy racism where she worked in Chicago at Cook County. So, you know, anyway, so our kids were taught that about the truth of it and stuff. And so my son goes up there. He comes back, you guys. He comes back with a 27-year-old young African-American girl who I'm good friends with her mama, by the way. And I know she sometimes watches my show. And she's on Prepping 101 too. And I want her to come on one day and we can share the story a little more. But I'm going to tell you what my son decided to do. So he brings her back. Yeah, Summer, love my foot. He brings her back, Blantifa. No, I heard a good one today. I can't remember what it was. And he doesn't tell anybody that he brought her back. And he lives next door to us, and he lives with his 22-year-old sister. Okay. So he leaves for work. He doesn't tell any of us. He's brought this girl home, and she's a heroin addict. Okay. She's strung out bad. And so she goes and she wakes up my daughter, who's 22, and she says, I need to go to the hospital. I need methadone right now. And my daughter's like, okay. And she just puts her in the car and takes her to the hospital. Because I'm sure she told, I met your brother. He brought me back, you know, the whole thing. They come back. My daughter comes over. She goes, Mom, I took this girl to the hospital. Then she wouldn't get out of the car. Then she changed her mind. She said she didn't want to go. We live half an hour from town. Little inconvenient, but now I'm realizing. So I call my son. Hey, son, just met Cleo. What are you thinking there? Yeah, she needs help. I want to help her. I said, okay. So how long do you think she's going to stay? He says, about 90 days, Tara. Yeah, he had hoped. You got to go?
No, I'm here. Yeah, 90 days.
Miss Kay is She's I took this sign languaging me. Oh, she's out. Okay. So anyway, so Tara, so I meet Cleo. She's a lovely, beautiful, amazing woman. She's just strung out on heroin. And I'm like, girl, I don't know what we can do for you, right? And so I call my friend Bobby, and he goes, and he's a godly man. I'm telling you, he's a good guy. He was a police officer here for many years in my town of Arcata. And Bobby says to me, I'm gonna tell you right now, he says, you get her a bus ticket and you send her home right now. I don't know why he brought her down she came from Seattle. She didn't come from Portland. She was in Seattle. She was in the autonomous zone, Chop Chaz. That's just what they called it. Portland was something else. So anyway, I go, Bobby, I can't do that. She's strung out. We're going to try to help her. He's like, you are not going to be able to help her, right? So this is a Monday. By Friday, that's what happened is my husband ended up actually driving her to Reading so she could catch a Greyhound to go back to Seattle. But for a couple days, we looked for a rehab for her to put her in the rehab. I talked to her mom right away. So we started praying. Her mom's a Christian. Her mom has her 2 kids. Her kids are 7 and 5, and the girl's out on the street, and she can't get off this drug. And it sucks and it's sad. And I pray for her all the time. But my son thought that he could just
either. Could she? Couldn't get her into rehab either.
We could. We could. They said, yeah. There was one place if they said for $500 we could get her in. We said we would pay it and we would get her in it. And she changed her mind. She didn't want to do it. So we tried, which is what my son knew. My family will help, but we told him, we're like, son, if she's on heroin, you know what? She needs better help than we can provide her. Cause he like you, Tara, just thought, well, I'm just going to give her some marijuana. Right. And she's going to be fine, and
that's what I
she just was
for.
I know, but they need methadone. They need
hospitalization even sometimes, don't they?
They do. And they have to, at some point, have they have to be willing to accept the care, right? People, how people used to say, oh, Reagan, he kicked everybody out of the mental institutions. Well, I hope after this experience, a lot of people understand why that was a good thing, because their family members could get them locked up and drugged up and keep them there forever. I would rather see people homeless, although I'd rather see them taken care of, obviously, right? But I'd rather see them free. I don't want to see some people, you're like, man, they got to drug that person up. They are out of control. They're going to kill themselves. They're going to kill somebody. But you still can't do that to some. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. But I would not want to see that happen to my children. And both of them were in a situation where that could have happened to them last year. And both of them just, had a rough time last year. There's everybody. If it didn't happen last year, right now, we all know that a lot of people are on the breaking point. They're at the very end. And now here they go pushing this down harder than ever. We were warned it was going to be a tough August. We were warned it was going to be a tough fall, right?
Was it Jeff Riddle that said one day, I listen a lot. I listen without participating. But someone said,
Me too.
What is your line in the sand? Was it him that said that?
Oh, yeah.
What is your line?
I'm sure he has said it. Dang girl, my line in the sand was 2 weeks after the 2 weeks was up last year. My line was drawn, and for a lot of
I haven't had to fully participate in society. So I've got to be away from it. I'm at a different level.
That's
and
true.
Here I am getting ready to be introduced back into society. And I think, my line is getting drawn.
Mm-hmm. You're in a worse, in a criminal state like I am. Ohio, just as bad, honey. I mean, How is it with the face diapers when you go around your town?
I
For
pay
you?
attention. I've been out and about twice today because I thought,
Uh-huh.
let's just look. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say 95%, maybe more, 98% do not. But that's my
Oh,
county. That's just my
wonderful.
county.
What's your county? What's your county? Or is that private? You're in the southeast, I
It's
know.
pretty private.
Okay,
But I work,
because it's so tiny.
I work in one county and I live in a different county. And literally
Okay.
just between those two counties, it's
Yeah.
night and day. Now you go into that other county and you're going to see probably 70% of them wearing it.
Wow, that is different. That's way different. Dang. Well, it's like here, they go 1 hour, they go an hour and a half up one way. They don't play. There's 25 counties in California that aren't doing what they're doing here out of 58 counties. So that's why I share a lot of that county stuff. I'm going to share one last thing and jump off. I got to eat. I am so hungry. But I want to share this guy. He's a really, he will enrich your life, Tara. I promise. Okay. He is a conductor and he is also a violinist or he's not going to call himself a fiddler player, right? My friend in Ohio, my best friend in Idaho is a fiddler player. Okay, this guy's a violinist. I'll bet you he plays a Stratus. What's the name of that one? It's Stratus something, right? Stratosphere. Plays that beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Spring Roll girl. Hardly any around here, but mostly Amish here. So no, no koof, no koof, no koof. I love the Amish. I wanted to be in the Amish, you guys. I wanted to be Amish. I love them. They would not love me, though. I'm sure they would not put up with me at all. You ever see that movie with Kirstie Allen and Buzz Lightyear guy? What's his name? Home Improvement guy, Tim. He was
Taylor.
Yes. Did you ever see that Amish movie For Richer or Poorer that he was in with her?
I forget all about it though.
I loved that movie. Okay, I'm going to share this guy with you guys because, and I'll have to look up his, so as you can see, he does a lot. He has a lot of videos here, but the one I want to play for you guys, and I'm going to sign off when it's done, but I think I will play it and let you guys see it just because it's so beautiful. He called it the official video of 2020. And what it is I'm actually learning, I'm trying to play this song right now myself too. R-I-E-U. So it's Andre, R-I-E-U. And the song is, what's it called? It's Walt. It doesn't have a very popular name, but it's like flary name, but it's Waltz number 2, the second waltz. It's not the 9 year ago one. It's this one here, the official video of 2020. And let me mute that while we have to listen to that junk. We'll skip that. But watch this, you guys. This is going to be, I'm signing off after this, but I'm going to play this whole thing and I'll watch in the chat. But Tara, thanks for coming on, honey. I love you so much. And I appreciate all you do for the family and for Liberty. You are the boss lady, and I love everyone.
And I love everyone.
Yeah, watch this guy, Tara.
Anyone who might be watching.
Still there, honey? Maybe you hung up. Maybe you're muted. You're still there.
No, I'm losing signal.
Tim Allen, that's right. Much love.
Love you.
Get a snack and head to Jeff R. Okay. Yep. But you guys check this guy out. He's really, really beautiful. Really good music. It'll enrich your life. I promise. He's just a wonderful, wonderful performer and brings people together. Here we go. Check this out, you guys. This is music here. Uh-oh. I'm on too fast. It's better. love to be here, wouldn't you? So love to be here. Wouldn't it be fun to be eating there? Man, we're standing there. Try to sit still. But there you go. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, Tara, there's a lot of videos from him. They don't have a care in the world. If you're depressed, you guys, if it's tough, yeah, those were the days before the thing. But he's coming over. I tried to look up where he's from. I think he's German or Austrian or something like that. And he's coming to America next year. Isn't that right? Yeah. Is it really going to be 2022 next year? Wow. He's coming to Vegas and maybe Southern Cal. He's going to be around here somewhere. And my husband is going to take me to see him. And I'm super excited because, we've gone from, to go to see Grateful Dead shows. Now we're going to go see some classy maestro, But yeah, I think that is the greatest thing to help with all this anxiety and depression and news and people that just keep taking in this information that maybe they're not spiritual. Maybe they don't go to church or read their Bibles or sing praise songs or do, anything to really feed their spirit. Music is something, I think, go back to the classical music, hear those tones and sounds. because this thing I realized I never really wrapped it around, but about my friend Deborah, and she taught me, the music and the vibrations and all that resonance thing. I realized that fancy video I just shared with you, I don't want to say that guy's an elitist and anything like that, but the elite have taken the arts and the music, and it's, you go to this special house where you got to dress up fancy and do all this. Well, obviously that guy's not that way, because he goes out into public places and people that are just having dinner can hear the music. So he recognizes that and if you listen to him speak, he did an Easter video this year and he was in this bright yellow outfit and he had his table in his home and he's talking about music and coming together. This is true wellness. This is what I know is real medicine that you can forage or make yourself or grow yourself, or natural stuff, and music. Those are some healing things, and we need to learn more about the things that are going to heal us. So, don't just take all this junky information in all the time. It's an assault on us. It's an assault on our brains. It's an assault on our emotions, and it's an assault on the physical stamina that we're able to endure day after day. They fire hose us with this, unlawfulness. So I've shared this before. My hope is not in this world, but we got to live in this world. So I'm going to be probably swimming against the flow till the day I die, because this world is not the way of righteousness. This world is going to hell, literally, and it's trying to take as many people with it as it can. So set your mind on things above, not of this world, because there are better things than just the junk that's going on, right? The music is still playing. There are people that are still joyful, that spread information, but most people are just pissed off. So I don't want to be just a pissed off news spreader of information. One more thing, if any of you guys are on Facebook, there is a group on Facebook. There's a live performing group if you like music or if you play music. It's called Socially Distance Fest. And it's pretty liberal. Like, you get on there and they'll have, it's this month or that month and wave this flag and that flag and whatever. I just ignore all that stuff. But what's cool about that channel is it only accepts live streams. There's no uploads. My husband tried to do that when he first joined it. He was too nervous to go live, so he tried to do a video of him on the accordion and upload it. No, you got to be live. So I am in that group, and I have I've done like 2 or 3 piano stuff. So loads of love. Your connection is bad. Okay, Tara, I'm hanging up anyway. It's probably one of the longest streams I've ever done, but I had a lot of information to share. I kept getting my channels taken down, and I kept just researching. And, when you do all that research, you want to share it. I got to get it out. So I got it out. I shared it. I'm ending on a good note. You guys listen to some good music, and I'm praying for you all the time on Liberty. And if I didn't mention it in the beginning, I will tell you this. If you are new to Liberty Warrior family, or maybe you're not new, but if you are thinking about doing a website, and you want to help with your website, and you buy a GoDaddy website, it's like $80 for the year. Okay. I can help you get your website going if you want. So you can hit me up. You can just let me know. See you tomorrow, Robert. But I did want to let the new subscribers know, or anybody in Facebook or any of my friends, if you didn't know that, because I am so technically challenged, you probably didn't know that. I can actually do some work on websites and help people get going. I wouldn't help maintain a website by any means, like I'm doing for Mike, but I would help you get started and help you do that. So, hey man, thanks. You stuck with me while you're cleaning your car or what? Thank you for my good report. I like that. Yeah, music is for the soul, you guys. I love music. So yeah, check out the check out the Socially Distanced Fest. It's probably one of the only good things on Facebook. You will see performers. There's a family on there in Africa that gets on. I'd like to watch them. They have the most beautiful garb, and they've got a room full of xylophones, or I forget, there's another word for them, but yeah, they're from all over the world. You can watch performers from all over the world. And if you're up late at night and you can't sleep, you can get on the Facebook. You can get, if you're on Facebook, you get on that channel and see other people that it might be daytime for them. And so they're doing stuff. And yeah, it's so cool. I love to watch real people. I do not watch any real TV anymore, any mainstream media news outlets or programs or shows. My husband and I are watching a show on something right now. I got rid of Netflix and Disney. I'm not playing, right? I don't want anything to do with those guys. See you later, Spring Roll. But we're watching a show right now called Billions with Paul Giamatti. And it's so money related. And my husband's doing this day trading. He got into it with because he got excited about AMC and that whole thing. And so now he's like not so excited about AMC as much, but he is still holding. He's holding. Hold that. All right, love you guys. I pray y'all have a great day. And I pray you have peace with your soul and your spirit, and don't let this stuff get to you, because there's a lot of good things happening. You just have to look for it sometimes, right? So go check out Mr. Andre Reich, I think his name is. Andre Riue, R-I-U-E. Subscribe to him. That video's got 10 million views. He has 3 million subscribers. I guess he's popular. So I came late to his party, but I can't wait to see him next year. And hey, maybe when we find out when we're going to see that guy, if some of you Liberty Warriors want to check him out, then we can meet there at the party. Okay, thanks for hanging with me. I know I was super long-winded today. And I appreciate you guys. Love you. Peace out. Bye.